Welcome everyone, this is Arch Gabe. This video I'm going to discuss with everybody about these rare books that I purchased recently. Also just to share my future plans for this channel, and I'm just really excited of these books. And this video is not going to be too long, but I just wanted to share really quickly what these books are about and my plans for this channel, what I want to do going forward. So, but yeah, I just wanted to start. So I'm going to start with this book here. This book here I purchased. This is the 1840 commentary of the American Law by James Kent, Volume 2, 4th edition. Okay. Now, James Kent is an American jurist and a New York legislator and a legal scholar. Okay. So he became a justice of the in the New York Supreme Court in around 1798, and then a chief justice of that tribunal in 1804. Okay, so Kent, he delivered lectures that he revised and elaborated on the commentary on the American law. He definitely was influenced on Blackstone, a lot of his lectures. So this is definitely worth studying, and I'm very excited about this. I definitely want to learn more about especially his lectures here on law. This is really cool. All right, so now next book. All right, this one is the the New England Sheriff. This is the 1830 first edition. Okay, this is the New England Sheriff, an early American law. And I purchased this book because, this is basically gives you the procedures of how the constitutional sheriff operates in Massachusetts. But this applies to all the other states in the Union. And that's the reason why I purchased this book, I'm really excited about this one too. All right, and the next one, I was getting these books ready for the video. This is the one. Actually, okay, this one is the Rudiment American Law and Practice, and the plan of Blackstone. Okay, this is 1842. He's also another one that's influenced in Blackstone, and I'm very excited about this. Yeah, I just wanted to show you all what I've been doing lately. I've been very busy on the side getting these books on top of that. So, all right, which is the next one I have listed to discuss? Okay. This one is let me see. Okay, this is this book here. Okay, this is the report cases and argue and determine. Okay, in the Court of Appeal and in the General Court of Virginia, 1841. Now, I purchased this book because you wanted the courts, how the courts operate during pre-Civil War and after the Civil War is very different. Okay. Those of you, let's say you're not familiar with why things changed a lot, because mostly before the Civil War, the courts operated under the Supreme Court, the supreme law of the land. Okay, and everything changed, gradually changed during the Civil War, and even more so after the Civil War. Okay, especially during the post-Reconstruction. I normally like to say pre-Reconstruction and post-Reconstruction, but whatever. But the thing is that I purchased this book is to see how the courts, well, in Virginia, for example, how they ruled, and it's just to study the cases here. And the reason is because I am studying and learning on the common law writs and procedure, okay? And I want to use these cases, for example, let's say the Court of Appeals in Virginia. I wanted to use this, for example, when I start to learn also about the writ of error. So I wanted to see how the Court of Appeals in Virginia under the lawful system operate. And again, I want to use those cases as reference. For example, if I wanted to file a writ of error. Okay. All right. So the next book is the report. This one is, I got to open these books very carefully. Okay. Yeah, this is the case over in Massachusetts, argue and determine. And this is like 1843. So this is the regular Supreme Court of the state of Massachusetts. So I could use this, for example, for the writ of prohibition, when I get to that point. So these cases, and also just to study again how the state of Massachusetts operate under the lawful system. So I'm really excited. This is definitely I'm very excited of this purchase here. Okay. All right. Let's see here. I had to write down the list of books. Just wait. Okay. Now the next book, right here. This is Vermont. Okay. Court cases and argued. Okay. Now this is pre-Civil War, 1855, and then the next one would be 1861 and 1864 and 1865. So this book is 1850, 1855. So I purchased this because I wanted to learn how the courts ruled, more closely before the Civil War and after the Civil War. Well, during the Civil War. So it's definitely I feel is a great choice that I've to purchase these books. So I feel pretty good about it. Now the next book. Now I found this book, and this is the American. I gotta be very easy opening this book because the spine is very fragile, as you see. Yeah, this book is interesting. I was trying to look it up on this book. I didn't find too much information about it, but when I saw some of the content of this book, I'm holding a phone and just got to be careful. Yeah, these rare books you gotta be very careful handling them. So I was looking at the index of this book, and sorry, phone is trying to adjust. I don't know if anybody could see it. Let me try to see if I could. Oh, wow. Okay. Damn. I'm still learning this phone I have. All right. They talk about different forms of law, but I saw things they talk about about common law, and I wanted to learn the different laws that they mention here. Hold on one second. Let me just try to. Action and limitation of affidavit forms, agreements. I really looked at, okay, the sale of land. And I wanted to study this book further on this. And I definitely want to. I don't really have too much. I just thought that I look at it as very interesting stuff. There's a particular section of the book that I'm trying to. It's kind of hard to hold my phone while I'm doing this. Give me 1 second. Yeah, what it is that they work each state. It lists each state of how the laws operate, in each state. And I looked at it, it's like, you know what, this is good. I made a decision. I purchased this book, and I said, this is something that could be very useful. And I wanted to, yeah, I definitely wanted to share this with y'all. So I'm like, wow, okay, this is good. This is good. So, okay, this book, this was one of my first rare book that I purchased. Now, the American Commonwealth of Michigan. This is basically tell you the history of Michigan and the Northwest Territory. I'm sorry, just give me a second. I'm just trying to hold this phone because there's some pages of this book is kind of tricky. All right. Give me 1 second. Let me just try to. Should have got a selfie stick. Anyway, all right. Now, Now this book here. Now Thomas can't pronounce his name, but I'll just say Thomas Cooley. This is a second edition. Now this is 1886. I know it's post Reconstruction, but he talks about definitely the history of Michigan and the Northwest Territory and how Michigan was entered into the Union at the time. And I looked through it, I think, you know what, this is definitely worth getting because I wanted to learn more, especially what happened, how Michigan entered the Union and in the Northwest Territory, especially during that time. Uh, now, Thomas Cooley. Now he was. Now I looked him up, and he's one of the first faculty members of the University of Michigan Law School. Okay, so when it opened in 1859, and as a professor at the law school, he taught the constitutional law, real property, trust, estate, domestic property. Justice Cooley, authored uh, countless articles on legal subjects, and even wrote several full-length works, the constitutional limitation, Blackstone Commentaries, you know, and also I'm just going to add this also that he did, yeah, commentaries and torts. So he definitely he's another person that was influenced by Blackstone. Okay, and I'm like this is good. I said because I'm trying to like put all this together, because this is definitely a learning lesson for myself because there's a lot of things that I'm not aware of. That's the thing about history. Just you learn. It's always stuff to learn, man. Um, and then here, let me just go to this. This is the last book. I don't want to keep this video too long, but I want to share this last book here. Now, this book right here. Now, even though it's dated during the post Reconstruction, this has like 300 years of law, of case laws, not case laws, but case sites. Hold on 1 second. I'm just trying to hold my phone here. Okay. Yeah, I look at this like, wow, this is great. So I'm gonna definitely want to research different cases for the past 300 years. This is something worth researching also. I'm just doing a little quick, a quick, uh, quick discussion about these books here that I purchased. So, the plan is for my channel, I want to discuss about the supreme law of the land, okay, and how the original system operated, okay. And also I want to discuss about do clips on real property, okay. Now, you're probably, like some people are probably wondering like, what's the point of reading these old books? And like, well, there's a lot of things that we don't know of how, or for example, here's an example, like, well, why the government seems to be invading your property, right? And why you have to follow these, these code and ordinance and everything, why you have to pay property taxes and all that. There's a lot of things that people don't understand why and how this system operates. Well, with these books, I definitely, as I learn, I definitely want to put together, and this is my plan here, I want to put together a PowerPoint on these books, so people, and I'll just put reference so anyone could just look them up. So I want to discuss about the problem we're facing today and a solution. You see, these rare books, it's unfortunate. People look at these rare books and they look at them as to decorate your office, but that's very unfortunate. But these books are, to me, honestly, it's a gold mine. And that's why I want to title this video, The Tree of Knowledge, because there's a lot of stuff that people don't know. Especially like, I'm like thinking of like, for example, this book right here, The Sheriff, we think that today we have a constitutional sheriff, and the sheriff under this system is not constitutional. So I want to do a video, based on this book, or use reference based off of this book about how a constitutional sheriff is to operate as far as their procedure goes. But I want to do it like a PowerPoint, and just to make it really simple for for anybody just to come by and just read it and just research it, and that's my plan. This is, hey, I'm learning as I'm going, so it's like I never claim to be a guru, because we're always learning, okay. And I'm very excited, I'm very pumped up, because I feel that with this books that I'm buying, and there's more coming. I'm not gonna get everything all at once, but I definitely want to get Blackstone's book. He's like the next on my list. Even though a lot of books I've seen is most of his books is based in England, but I could use that as far as American law operates. So I wanted to definitely study his commentaries on law, and I wanted to just to get a better understanding, because there's so much, your mind could just go like, man, you like overwhelmed with all this knowledge, but it's all good, man. I'm just gonna just take this in bite size and just learn it, but yeah, I'm just very excited. But I wanted to share this with everybody, and a friend of mine was saying that was calling me Gandalf with these books. And I'm saying, well, no, not yet. I think I have to have a lot more of these books hanging around. But these books, I wanted to like learn as much from these books, so I could just, again, I could just share this with everybody, and they could just educate themselves. That is the plan. That's why I want to take this channel. It's just so much that I want to do, but I want to just talk about law. I want to talk about real property. I wanted to let people know about, how society changed, and, and why did it change? You understand? I wanted to just use these books to expose this fraudulent 14th Amendment system that we have in place. You understand? So yeah, I'm very excited. And I'm going to say this. Years ago, I was never really into like history books like this. Now, these are law books, actually. Okay, this is not just history and all that, like but this, I mean, it's history, but it's history law books, and I'm like, it's just where my mind's at today. It's like it's completely different. Years ago, I'm talking about maybe in my 20s, I would have never considered this. I would just look at this as a waste of time. I'm like, really? But no, this is not. This is an investment. And I made the investment in myself to learn. And I wanted to learn, and I want to pass this on to other people. And I'm going to preserve these books. These books I definitely will preserve these books. And I definitely get an individual box for these books. Yes, but again, I'm just excited to learn this, and I want to share with everybody. So yeah, so that's the plan. Okay, that's my plan for my channel. So I'll put the books, the title of these books and everything, and in my description below. Just thank you all for stopping by and listening. I just seen all these rare books and stuff. Well, except for that one, that purple one there. But yeah, this is really good. I mean, I don't know, man. It's just knowledge is powerful, and you obtain knowledge and then you just execute it. It's just this is great. This is good. All right, folks. Thank you so much. Hit like and subscribe. Okay, and hit the bell notification to all, so whenever I upload, you will be notified by YouTube right away. So it's about the algorithm, getting the channel out there. Again, it's gonna take me time. I don't have a date, okay, when I'm gonna do a PowerPoint based off these books. I just want to learn as much as I can. All right, some things I can learn quick, something may take me a little bit. But I'm just grateful that I have these books, and the creator is guiding me to get. He paved the way for me to get these books. I'm just grateful. I am. I mean, if you look at for those of you that follow me on Twitter, I stated on Twitter that I went to public school. They put me in special ed because I was a little slow to pick up their Marxist system. And that was that's my educational background. And went to 1 year trade school, and here I am learning American law. I mean, these books, this is what, like especially this one, this is what attorneys, especially in law school before the Civil War. I mean, whoever would think somebody that wasn't special ed reading these books, really, This is good. This is like a middle finger to the system. Think I am stupid or slow, or for anybody think I'm stupid or slow or retarded or whatever. Anyway, I'm pumped up. I just want to share this. I know I'm repeating myself, but I'm just excited. And all right, folks. Until then, I will upload. I don't know. I don't upload very often, but you definitely just hit the bell notification, and once I upload, you'll be notified. All right, folks. Take care. Bye.